Welcome everyone to the channel. Today we have a fascinating story reported by PCGamer.com. But first, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please do your due diligence and do not invest in anything you're not willing to lose. Now, game developer Mark Venturelli was supposed to have a presentation about the future of game design at the big festival in Brazil, but instead decided to rip NFTs and call them a nightmare. So what is the big festival? Well, it's one of the largest video game events in all of Latin America. And for those of you who are not familiar with Mark Venturelli, he's a video game designer with 15 plus years of experience. He's probably best known for being the game designer of Chroma Squad, a wonderful pixel art game inspired by Power Rangers. Now, this is straight from the PC Gamer article. Game developer Mark Venturelli received a spirited ovation at Brazil's International Game Festival on Friday after he surprised the audience for his Future of Game Design talk with a new title, Why NFTs Are a Nightmare. It was a loud statement against blockchain push into gaming, one of the most divisive trends this year. The festival's list of 2022 sponsors includes several NFT and blockchain companies, and the festival's programming includes panels from those sponsors. Mark would go on to say, these people are outsiders here. They're not important. They're just trying to buy their relevance because they have no actual influence over the future of our industry. If you give them this space uncontested, you're going to just give them exactly what they want and buy their narrative that they're relevant. And even before a recording was available, Venturelli's talk went viral thanks to the tweet describing the moment he announced its real name and the applause that followed his talk. So I'll paraphrase the next where he says that it was a bit of a gimmick, that he started talking about the future of gaming, talks about his 15 years experience and the different trends that he's seen, and then eventually he reveals the name, Why NFTs Are a Nightmare. And we can check out the current video that is up on his YouTube channel.
Vou falar sobre algumas coisas novas aí que estão aparecendo. Talvez em outras palestras tenham visto ou não hoje ali pelo evento. Então essa é a parte que eu enganei vocês. Então o nome da minha palestra não é o futuro do game design. Eu fiquei com medo de talvez não aprovar a minha palestra. Se eu falasse que o verdadeiro título dela é porque NFT é um pesadelo.
I'll also go ahead and provide a link to the actual presentation since most of the recording is in Portuguese, only with the subtitles in English. And the title reveal may have been a surprise to the audience, but Venturelli made sure to clear it with the festival's organizers beforehand. As controversial as this talk was clearly going to be, the big organizers made no move to censor the talk or prevent him from having his say. In a statement, Venturelli would say that, I've heard that the sponsors got really mad. They tried to break into the talk while I was talking, but the organization would not let them. That doesn't surprise me, because the organization, not at a single point did they censor me. Did they stop me from putting what I wanted on those slides? I gave them access to the slides before the talk. There was never any kind of intention on their side to shut me up or anything like that. If we continue further down the article, we learn about the negative feedback Ubisoft received when they announced they would be entering the world of NFTs and play-to-earn games. VP of Ubisoft's Strategic Innovation Labs had to take a stance and make a statement. The end game is about giving players the opportunity to resell their items once they're finished with them or they're finished playing the game itself. This is such a naive proposition, Venturelli goes on. The expectation versus reality here is so bizarrely far apart, because what's actually going to happen is that organized groups are going to operate and scale with ever-diminishing margins and just push everyone else out. Because that's what happens. If you play EVE Online or RuneScape or any other game that simulates economy, that's what happens. Organized groups are going to fucking crush you. What actually is going to happen is that if you just naively play a game and have fun, imagine that, then you want to sell your stuff's not going to be worth anything. It's going to be worth fractions of a cent, but what you give in return for that fraction of a cent is that you're completely powerless now. Your fantasy, your ability to be impactful in the world as an individual is gone because now it's controlled by these guys. Now, I completely understand his sentiment and I know where he's coming from, being a player of RuneScape, but I personally don't see NFTs going away anytime soon. Now, we'll end this here by reading Venturelli's statement on why he took this stance. If we boycott and we don't go to it, we're conceding defeat pretty much. We're just saying we forfeit, we cannot do this, we need to do the opposite. In fact, I do not think that the event organization is pro-crypto, pro-NFT. I know them personally. I serve as an advisor on the board of ABRA Games, the Association of Brazilian Game Developer Companies. My opinion against crypto and NFT is not the majority at ABRA Games, but it's important that I represent this opinion over there. In the same way, it's important that we go and we take up a space that is offered to us, not only to me, but to many people in the indie scene in Brazil. Now, I think it takes a lot of courage to go ahead and go against the norm and go against the grain and speak your mind. So I completely agree why he did this. And maybe other developers and other designers will take a stance similar to his. But I still think that the big boys will go ahead and go towards the side of money. Well, if you like this, please give us a like. And until the next one, we'll see ya.